It's Rob!
Tony! And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you.
Hey guys, how's it going? Warshak here, and we are one game away from Legend. We are playing Mech Mage. That's what I've been climbing with since we hit that sweet rank 1. So hopefully we can make this a really short video and knock out this just one win we have. But if we don't get the one win, I'm sure we'll grind it out. I'll probably switch to my Druid deck if we end up losing this, but hopefully we don't lose it. I have a feeling we won't lose it. Mech Mage we've been doing really well, and we're only one game away. Like, come on, Hearthstone, one game. This is what this entire series has been about, is the road to Legend. So let's see if we can hit it. As always, the deck list on the right-hand side. If you're looking for the Mech Mage deck guide, you can find that in the annotations to the left. And, yeah. This is more of just what can we expect from the other player, not so much the deck guide itself. So we're going to keep the Mech Warper. The Frostbolts really won't do us any. They're not really that useful against a warrior this early on. We're looking for definitely creatures, which we ended up getting. So I'm thinking if we can start off with a Mana Worm, Mech Warper, and maybe draw into another mech, that would be pretty good. Annoyotron would be nice, so it protects both the Mana Worm and Mech Warper, and it's got the Divine Shield, so he's going to have to use at least 2 charges. He is an 810 Legend player, though, so playing Warrior, it's either Control or Grim Patron. So we'll play the Mech Warper, or I mean not Mech Warper, but the Cog right off the bat because we don't have any spells in our hand, and yeah, it just seems it's out of the Mana Worm. But the Mana Worm, if we play it, we have no spells, like I said. But the Cog Master, if we play it and it doesn't die, then the Mech Warper can it can swing for 3 right off the bat. As for the Mana Worm, would only swing for 1. So Mech Warper. And do we swing into him directly or to the Armor Smith? Well, if he plays a weapon and kills, yeah, I think attacking the Armor Smith, because if he plays a weapon right now and it kills the Warper, then this would only be a 1-2, and then he would just kill it off with his Armor Smith in the following turn. Yeah, see, this was a good plan. Okay, so now he's going to kill the Warper, but our Cog Master can still finish off the Armor Smith. If we would have swung directly, he would have taken an extra 3, but his Armor Smith would have definitely lived. So yeah, that's a price kind of we had to pay. So we're going to just throw down both Mana Worms and end our turn. Obviously, one of them is going to die, but can't really do much about that. Well, we do not have a really good starting hand against this Warrior. Him getting the Armor Smith and a weapon, oh man, and a Slam. This is going to hurt, guys. I'm assuming he's playing Grim Patron, though, because he's running Slam. Normally Control doesn't run that. If he Taskmasters this Inner Rage. So he's definitely running Grim. There's no doubt about it. And he cleared my field. So this is 4 cards to my 3. And it looks like I'm pinging for 1 and ending turn. That is a horrible turn for it. Like, even if we would have top decked like a Shredder, that would have been nice. But can't always get what you want. Top deck Shredder into top deck to Blast Mage. Never mind. Shredder would have died. Alright, so it looks like a Snow Chugger and a ping is this turn. Turn 6 is obviously Powdered Sky Golem, and then turn 7 is Dr. Boom. So that was 2 turns of us not being able to do anything. And for running a Mech Mage and not doing anything for 2 turns, especially this early against a Grim Patron, it's going to be really hard to be able to, you know, come back and make huge strides towards killing him due to him just having a weapon out in general. And okay, so he's going to Taskmaster the Acolyte to draw, then he also has a Whirlwind effect with his weapon, but he can't use it the next turn, he's going to have to use it the following turn. So there's the Blast Mage. So we'll play the Sky Golem, end our turn. And depending what he plays next turn, I mean, we could Blast Mage, but I find there's no reason to, because if it pings the Acolyte, he's just going to draw for more. Alright, so we played Emperor. 4 cards in hand, so it's not huge value, but he probably, in our case, definitely has like a Grim Patron, Berserker, or Commander in his hand. So we're going to throw down the Boom, and we're going to kill off the Emperor. That's just one of those cards you cannot let lose, especially in a Grim Patron Warrior. And we got a 2/6 +1 to spell power. It's like the Cold Bite. Unfortunately, if we were playing against a Priest, you'd be able to Shadow Priest that. But we're not, so it's not too bad. I think he has an Execute in his hand, so he's going to attack the 2/4. His Whirlwind's going to kill the Doom Boom bots, and then he's going to execute the Dr. Boom. That's worst case. And that only takes like 1 mana. Clear the field for 1 mana. That's value. 1 mana and a weapon charge. Alright. So there's the Commander. Grim Pat. Yep, there's the Grim Pat swinging into probably the cold. No, he swung into the bomb first. I would expect him to swing into the 2 because if that destroys that, yeah, so now he can't attack. Oh, wow. That was a really, not bad play from him, but that was a pretty bad play. He should have attacked the 2 attack creature first and then attacked the bomb second, so he had more Grim Patrons on the field. But either way, he still had the weapon charge. He probably still has an inner rage. And it hit it for 2, so it made another one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep, we're going to get swarmed, guys. And then he executes like we expected him to do on the Dark Dragon. Well played, yeah. There's no Flame Strike in this deck, so like no matter what we draw. And the Blast Mage is pretty much useless. So, I mean, we can Frostbolt the Commander, we can ping one of the Grim Patrons for 1, and I guess we could Fireball the 3/3, but I don't see, yeah, I don't see a huge comeback coming here. Yeah, our beginning hand just wasn't there, but who knows, we could, like, whip out, like, a Fell Reaver or something. Like, Fell Reaver into drawing 2 Fireballs. Or we could draw a mech right here. Another Blast Mage. Ouch. So we're going to ping off the Grim Pat. And I guess summon one of the Blast Mages. Summon the golden one. Maybe we'll get lucky. And we might as well throw that on the Cog as well, even though it's not going to be powered up. So if he swings the Acolyte into the Blast Mage, it won't die. And if he swings it into the Cog, it'll die as well. So we'll see. We just need to get creatures on the field. It says 5 cards in hand to my 1 card on field. Yeah, he's going to draw 2 now. That unbelievable warrior draw with Battle Rage. Card is so good. Sorry, card is so good. Another Grim, which means he probably has a Whirlwind in his hand. Maybe not. Didn't attack the Blast Mage. Please don't tell me he just played Grim and then he's going to armor up. Okay, there it goes. The Unstable Pool. That makes sense. And the Inner Rage on the... Okay. Oh man, Grim Patron is just one of those decks. Like, 1 card can just ruin the deck. Like, if you had a Chill Maul, or I fucking pull out a Deathwing right here. No Deathwing. We got a Kodo, which is a great card. It's just unfortunately not going to do us anything right now. So we attack that. It just makes a whole lot more of Grim Patron. This stinks. We were 1 away from Legend, but I'm sure when we switch decks, we'll be able to hopefully win 2 in a row. Man, this is like a couple of times I've been 1 away and then we've lost. That's fine. Can't win them all. Alright, so we're going to switch out of Mech Mage and we're going to go to my, not Token Druid, but I call it the Ramp Druid. Not Ramp Druid. Tempo Druid, my bad. And the deck guide on this guy, the deck guide on this deck also can be found to the left. I'll throw that in an annotation there as well. So we'll have on the left the Mech Mage, the Tempo Druid, I don't know what the third one is, because we normally have 3 annotations on the left. We'll figure it out. Okay, so against a Paladin, the deck list has hopefully changed on the right-hand side. Instead of playing a Legend player, we are playing a rank 1 player. So off this opening bat, because we're going against Paladin, I might keep 1 swipe in our 2-drop because of Muster for Battle. And we got a Flame Juggler and an Innervate. So we have a pretty decent starting hand. It's not great, but it's nothing to complain. I can't really complain about it. Because we have a card on turn 2, we have a card on turn... We have a card whenever pretty much we want because of Coin and Innervate. And if we can draw like maybe an Azure Drake or one of our 3-drops, I won't be able to complain at all. And then follow up like maybe Mark of the Wild. Maybe we'll turn 1 Shredder, who knows. I really like Flame Juggler as well. Alright, so it looks like we're playing against Secret Paladin. So this is going to be one of those games that's going to be quite difficult. Hey, look at Darnassus. What a good card. So we will coin in Darnassus. I do not see a better play. So next turn we'll have 3 mana, and hopefully we'll be able to either draw into a 5-drop or a 3-drop. Because a 5-drop because of Innervate, but if we draw into a 3-drop, that's fine. If we don't draw into a 3-drop, it's kind of a waste of a Darnassus because that 1-ahead mana crystal won't really grant us anything. So yeah, the key is to draw either a 3-drop or a 5-drop. Which there's a good amount of 5-drops. We got Loatheb, 2 Azure Drakes, and for 3-drops, we've got the 2 Darkbane and Lightbanes. So we've got 5 cards. 4-drop. Ouch. That's like in between. We may even just innervate to silence that Mad Scientist, though. It's weird that he'd be running Mad Scientist in a this super secret Paladin deck. Even though, well, let's see what that secret is. Alright, so it's not sacrifice. Could be a competitive spirit. Could be when a creature dies, bring it back to 1. Oh. Let's see if this can hit it for 1. It does. Alright. So we'll innervate into the passive to kill it. I guess, what would we have saved our keeper for and not saved our keeper for? Because if we would have silenced it and then kept it alive, if it would have got competitive spirit, it would have killed Darnassus without being contested, and then we would have had to use... Yeah, I think that was not a bad play. Not a great play, because we kind of got unlucky with the 4-drop. Couldn't have been a 3-drop or a 5-drop, but whatever. So he's got, like, almost the top half of the Christmas tree going on. We're going to silence his shielded mini-bot. Most likely, I don't really see another play here that makes a ton of sense besides using our passive to get rid of it. And then we would have played a 2-drop, and then we would have been weak to Consecration. So we'll swing, still no Noble Sacrifice, but if we attack that creature, it's just going to bring it back with 1 health. That has to be our Redemption. Alright, so one of them's Competitive Spirit, so it's going to be a 3-3, and he's probably going to kill off the Darnassus. Yeah, I feel like if we would have attacked it and it would have brought itself back, it would have had Divine Shield again, which wouldn't have been good. And it would have been a 3-1 with Divine Shield. So that would have been great. Because you gotta know one of them is not Repentance. Is that what it's called? I don't know. You know what I mean. So bring it back to 1 health. Alright, so we're going to passive swing into it. Let's see if it's res him back from the grave. Yep, there it is. What is it called? Redemption. There it is. So we're going to give this guy 3-2 with stealth, and we are going to swing into this to get rid of that Divine Shield, because either way, our keeper would have died. Because if we would have swung directly, we would have done 2 extra damage, but his sword would have killed it off. And if we would have attacked his creature, we get the Divine Shield off, and he could kill it off with his creature. Oh, never mind. Fuck it. That was a really nice Consecration from him. So we could have possibly done 2 more damage there. So we're going to use our passive, kill off that card, and end our turn. So we do have the Force of Nature Savage Roar in our hand, but we don't have any other creature to follow up. We do have Swipe, though, which is really nice, along with the Mark of the Wild. So if we can get one of our 3-drops to give it the Mark of the Wild and either get Divine Shield or it do 3 damage, that's nice. It all depends on what we draw here. Hopefully we can draw a creature. Any creature will do. I just need a creature. All right, Keeper of the Grove. I will accept you, Keeper. Even though you're not the best creature, because I would rather save Keeper for Tyrion, because he probably is going to play Tyrion. I don't know. I mean, most people don't really run Tyrion, but in his deck, but some do. Alright, so we killed the 1-1 just in case first, if it was the Bring It Back card, and then we killed it also because you saw the Avenge pops are able to silence the shielded mini-bot after the Avengers pop. So if we would have silenced it and then killed the 1-1, his 2-2 would have been a 5-4. So just make sure you pop secrets and then silence. Don't silence and then pop secrets. Alright, so that weapon charge is going to get used on our 1-4. He didn't waste the Aldor because there's really no huge creature in this deck besides Dr. Boom, and he's most likely running 2 of them. If he's running Aldor, then I'm pretty sure he's running Tyrion, so hopefully he doesn't play Tyrion anytime soon. So our option now is to kill off the 1-1. I think a Swipe isn't a bad choice. We'll passive and kill off the 2-1, and then we'll play Loatheb next turn and maybe give it Mark of the Wild. So a good follow-up right now is Loatheb, passive attack, swing for 5, and that brings him down to 19, and then we'll be able to Force of Nature Savage Roar, and that should be game, because that's like 22 damage, I believe, or 21 damage, because it's 14 Savage Roar plus 5, 19 plus 2 is 21. Okay, so yeah, so if we can get 1 hit in with Loatheb, we'll win, as long as that's not his Noble Sack. Alright, Dr. Boom, I think that's a much better card. Loatheb was good, but Dr. Boom is better. Okay, so it's Competitive Spirit, so we're not scared. So worst case scenario right now is he plays Dr. 6 and he gets all the secrets, and obviously one of them's Noble Sack, but I don't think even that would save him, because we would just attack with the Boom Bot for the Noble Sack, and then we would swing with everything else. Alright, so he's going to kill off 1 Boom Bot, or he's going to swing directly? He he hasn't really played anything too crazy yet. I mean, he's played his weapon, he's played quite a few secrets, he hasn't played any secret keepers, but those don't really matter this late in the game. He hasn't played his Dr. Six, he hasn't played Dr. Boom yet. He's used an Aldor, he's already used a Consecration. He hasn't used any Divine Favors yet, but I mean, I only have 4 cards in hand. So he'd, what, use 2, draw 3? Wouldn't be too bad. He's roping this turn out, guys. Oh, let's reposition ourselves and get ready for that Force of Nature's Savage Roar combo. Alright, so the Consecration, I'm assuming that these bots are going to kill us 2-2 and one's going to go face. So one face, both face. Alright. And then Indiana Jones. Alright, so that's game. So, Force of Nature, Savage Roar, and he's probably just going to concede right before I can even finish him off, because that's what most people do. Can we get it? Got him. He did not concede prior. Alright, now we are again 1 game away from Legend. Holy moly mackerel. When you get this close to something you've been aiming for such a long time, it's like anxiety. Like I might make some stupid plays, or I don't know. It's just like, this is it. This is the whole purpose of what I've been trying to go after for so long now. And so long, 2 months, I suppose. I started the road to Legend like a while ago, but I didn't actually really try for it until like the past, I would say 2 months. Like last season I got to rank 2, and then this season I'm like, I got to 2. I mean, I'm obviously so close to Legend, so might as well just go for the rest of what, from 2 to Legends, 10 games, so. Off the start, we didn't really get the low cards we were looking for. We don't even have coin into the Darnassus, so this is kind of not so well. The 2 swipes are nice, but I would much rather have creatures with this deck, to be honest. This whole deck revolves around having creatures on the board to just outvalue your opponents. And it looks like this guy is in Legend 2586. Alright, so it's either play the Darnassus or play the Saber, and I think the... we play the Darnassus, we'll have 4 mana. If we play the Saber, we'll be able to kill the Mana Worm. So I'm going to play Saber, and hopefully he doesn't have like a Flame Cannon. If we would have played Darnassus, he could have Frost Bolted. He could have done a variety of things to kill it. One of which, oh man, Annoyotron's pretty annoying. So we know he's playing Mech Mage, which is not a huge deal, but it's pretty annoying. There's one of our really nice 3-drops. People say, why do I have this in the... Well, let's talk about the play first. I think playing the 3-drops best. I mean, Darnassus will give us into an Azure Drake early, but I'm pretty sure he'll just kill the Darnassus. So, the Lightbane and Darkbane aren't... Yes, you're right. There's only 2 cards in this deck that they work with, and that's the Mark of the Wild. But it scares the shit out of your opponent. And also, if you can get Mark of the Wild and Lightbane or Darkbane, which is like the same ratio as getting... like in a priest deck, the Soul Priest and Circle of Healing, it seems like that combination really isn't that crazy. Like, people use it all the time. So what's the difference between 2 different cards that act similarly? Not the same, but, you know, they work well together. So, I mean, using Mark of the Wild, it not only does it work on these cards and buff them up, and they get an ability from it. They're good at that. Their stats are great for being 3-drops. Their effects are pretty annoying, and Mark of the Wild works on many other cards. So that's why I run it. If you have any questions. Alright, so I think we're going to kill off the anti-kill bot. Unfortunately, from here, he can just ping our 3-1, but then he can only play a 2-drop, which is quite nice because we're following up with a 5-drop next turn. So he's summoning the Clockwork Gnome, and we'll just match that with either a passive in our Darnassus or an Azure Drake, but I think the Azure Drake's probably the best play here, and it draws 1. Speaking of Mark of the Wild, there's Mark of the Wild. So next turn, we've got quite a few options. We can actually not quite a few options. Alright, Blast Mage. Hopefully it doesn't hit our Azure Drake twice. It hits it once, which is nice, because now he can't kill it off. That was probably perfect. That was like so good. Alright. From here, we're gonna Darnassus. We're going to swipe this, and we're gonna swing for 4. And end our turn. So, like I said, we've got the field advantage. We've got not health advantage, but we do have an Azure Drake on the field, and we summon another one. We can Living Roots for 4 damage as a 1-drop, which is absolutely insane. We also have our Savage Roar in our hand, so if we draw Force of Nature, we can expect to see game pretty soon. Alright, so he's going to play the Shredder. If we can draw maybe a Keeper, that'll be great. And Innervate. Alright, this is pretty good. Alright, so we're going to use this to kill off his Shredder for that sweet 3 damage. Alright, so you got a Haunted Creeper. That's not too good. Azure Drake to see what we draw. Alright. We can passive or we can innervate into the Shredder. I think innervating to the Shredder is a better play here, just to get as many creatures on the board as possible. So we'll swing into the Annoyotron with our Darnassus, kill it off with the Azure Drake, and end our turn. So we're hoping he doesn't have Flame Strike. It's turn 7. He's got 5 cards in hand. I'm just hoping to God. I mean, most Mech Mages don't play Flame Strike, so I don't see him using it here, but he could. All right, so he's Leroy Jenkins. He's going to give me 2/1/1s. He's swinging for 6, 7, pinging for 1. Okay. So he probably has a Fireball in his hand. Yeah, he probably has a Fireball in his hand right now, and he doesn't think I have game. But we do have game. Savage Roar, baby. Woo! Legend it is. I wonder what Legend rank we're at. As long as we're like above 2,000, I think we'll be alright. Man, nah, we're below 3,000. We'll see what we hit. Thank you guys for the journey, though. The journey, 1,944. Below 2,000. Wow. Nice. Well, thank you guys for watching. The road to legend has been real. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the series after this, what it's going to turn into. The road to legend's going to turn into the top 1,000 legend, and then the top 100 legend, hopefully top 10 legend, and then number 1 legend. But we know that's going to be really fucking hard and take a long time. Therefore, the series will continue. I'm not sure. If you guys have any ideas on what I should do with this series from now on, or what I should continue on, if that was a good idea to do, like, you know, top 1,000, top 100, top 10, 1, let me know. And, yeah, thanks everybody for being there and watching these videos and giving me the support to hit legend, which we finally did, by the way. Alright, guys, thank you all for stopping by the end. Thank you all for watching. Y'all. I don't really say that word. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Warshak, and happy whatever the hell day it is.